What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Juventus in the Camp Nou. It is the last game in the Champions League. The draw is going to be on Friday. Barcelona already qualified, but this game will determine who will come first in the group. It's going to be a difficult game. Of course, Juventus have Ronaldo this time. They didn't have him the first time. He will be there for them. It's going to be difficult. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get to 150 likes. It would be very much appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. So we're going to start off by looking at the standings in the group right now. Of course, Barcelona are top of the group with 15 points, the most points in the Champions League at the moment. And Juventus are second with 12 points. Now, the way it's going to work is that Juventus have to beat us by more than 3 goals in order to finish top of the table. If they beat us 1-0, if they beat us 2-0, we will finish top. But if they beat us by more than 3 goals, then they will go top of the table. Now, I know you can see the goal difference, 14-11. So Juventus are going to be the team that have to go gun-ho in this match. They need the win if they want to come first. I feel like Barcelona need to finish first because the second-place teams are very, doable opponents. If we finish second place, man, we'll probably get knocked down the round 16th. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It is so important that Barcelona finish first place, and I think Koeman wants to finish first place as well. Pirlo's been talking all week saying, oh, we have a plan to take down Barcelona. We've been studying them all week. I wouldn't, it does worry me a bit, but it's going to be one hell of a game. Hopefully it doesn't, be a boring 0-0 draw. The main point is that Barcelona do not have to win this game to finish first place. It is Juventus who have to win, and it has to be by more than 3 goals. If they beat us 2-1, if they beat us 1-0, we will still finish top of the group, which is all that matters in this game. It could be a 4-4 draw for all I care. As long as Barcelona finish first by the end of the game, I'll be happy. Let's take a look at Juventus' team. Now, I want to look at their last 2 games, one in the Champions League and one in Serie A. We'll start off with the Champions League game, the 3-0 win over Dynamo Kiev, when we also beat Ferencváros 3-0. Their scores on the night were Chiesa, Ronaldo, and Alvaro Morata. That line's on the screen right now. They play a 3-5-2, Szczesny in goal, Demiral, Bonucci, De Ligt, Chiesa, McKennie, Ramsey, Bentancur, and Alexandro, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Alvaro Morata up top. And they usually play a 3 at the back, sometimes they play a 4 at the back. It all depends on what Pirlo's thinking on the night. But their squad is capable of playing many formations, so we're going to have to see on the night what he goes with. I've seen them play the 4 at the back or the 3 at the back. It maybe can be adjusted in-game as well. Sometimes the center back moves to right back and they switch in-game as well. It could be a variety of different things. And of course, the main man to look out for in this game is, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. And I'd also say that De Ligt in defense. De Ligt in defense has been very well since he came back from his injury that he had last season. He's been doing solid, and I think he is going to be a threat in that defense. Now, I want you to take a look at their bench, which is on the screen right now. They have Arthur Melo on their bench, Dybala, Danilo, Cuadrado, Rabiot, and Kulusevski. So they have a very strong bench as well. Don't think that's just their starting lineup. I would expect Paulo Dybala to start in this match. I don't think he'll be on the bench like he was in the weekend. I also expect Konrad to start this match, so very strong bench. If you take a look at the last match in Serie A, Juventus beat Turin 2-1 in the Turin derby, with McKennie and Bonucci scoring the goals. Now, I watched the game for this match, and I tell you what, they weren't that great on the night. It was just basically long balls in the box, trying to get a couple headers in, or just give it to Ronaldo and hope for the best. That line's on the screen right now. They went with the 4-4-2. They had Szczesny in goal, Cuadrado, De Ligt, Bonucci, Danilo, Kulusevski, Bentancur, Rabiot, and Chiesa, Dybala, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I would expect a lineup like this tomorrow. I think this is probably what their team is most suited for. This is, I think, their strongest act, because they can easily adapt to a 3 at the back when they play this formation as well. Cuadrado goes up, 3 come back, and then Chiesa drops back, and they had the 3 midfield of Bentancur, Rabiot, and Dybala, and Kulusevski and Ronaldo up front. Their formation is very easy adaptable. On the bench, which on the screen right now, they had Arthur, Aaron Ramsey, Alexandro, Weston McKennie, and Bernardeschi on the bench as well. So it is a very strong team, of course. I know you guys know what the Juventus are about. I just want to let you know about their system, what they play. And I would expect something like the formation which they played against Turin, the 4 at the back, because they know they can't go gun-ho against Barcelona because we'll easily hit them on the break. But this Juventus side is going to be very difficult. The first game was pretty easy because they didn't have Ronaldo to finish their chances. Now they have Ronaldo as being headlined as Messi versus Ronaldo, so it's going to be a big match. Let's get into the press conferences. Koeman, of course, to the press conference, and it was accompanied by Philippe Coutinho, which means that Coutinho will start this match versus Juventus. Starts up by saying, I'm the first one to reapproach my performance. I know it has not been what was expected. I have worked hard mentally to be well, and today I consider myself stronger in that regard. Tomorrow we will have a big game. We have to win to top the group and show that we are worth it. We are in a changing process. You have to be patient, and we are doing everything to make things work as soon as possible. Messi and Neymar together, I don't know what will happen. I can only talk about myself. But of course, we all like to play with the best. I see this team doing well mentally, eager to change the dynamics. I will try to do my best in every position I play. We want to improve. Internally, we all talk about the coach, and with each other, we talk about things to improve on and solve them, but we do it internally. In the physical part, I start to work in very different ways, and I think it was necessary to play with more strength. I feel also stronger mentally, and I learned a lot from my first stage at Barcelona. Basically, Coutinho is just saying that, yeah, I had a crap game against Cadiz. I'm trying to improve, and he wants to see Messi and Ronaldo play. So I'm not really watching that Coutinho press conference. Let's get into Koeman. Now it's time to get into Ronald Koeman's press conference. It is quite the long one, so bear with me. He starts off by saying, our goal is to win every game. We want to top our group. We have a 3-point advantage, and we have a lot of chances to do that. Dembele's injury is one of the reasons why I complain about the schedule. We lose more players because of that. I don't know who makes the schedule. Dembele's injury is a step back because he was fine. Physically, he has improved a lot, and we know he has a history with issues of injuries. If I lose, I'm pissed off. I've always let my players know that in training yesterday. We can't concede goals like the ones that we conceded. We created a lot of chances, but we are not effective, and we have made mistakes that aren't allowed. We have to analyze that. My communication with Leo was about the game. Personal issues I put aside. So in the beginning of the press conference, talks about how we lost Dembele to injury because of the schedule. He doesn't blame Dembele, even though it's a very small injury. He'll only be out for a couple of weeks. He is disappointed in that because he's a top player. Talked about how he's pissed off against for the goals that we conceded against Cadiz because they are both all defensive errors and they could be avoided. He said that since we made those mistakes, we should have finished our chances, which we didn't, and that's what cost us the loss against Cadiz. He continues on by saying that Pedri has participated in all the matches except the Ferencváros away match. For a 17-year-old lad, it's great because he deserves it. He can play in several positions, and he's a smart player. Tomorrow we will line up strong because we want to win the group with the injuries and now how the league is going. We need a strong team tomorrow, but also freshness. Coutinho has total freedom in the move on the pitch. You have to find a balance. I don't like to scream throughout the game. As a player, I didn't like it that the coach spent the game running around and screaming on the wing. Having said that, we must take more responsibility on the pitch. The difference in the Champions League, the teams in La Liga know us better and lock us up better. Had we scored early, the result would have been different, but we have to win those games. Talks about Pedri, how he's such a quality player, and he's played every single game this season except for the Ferencváros game. He said that tomorrow he'll give a strong lineup. He said that Coutinho has total freedom on the pitch when he's played, whether he's played at left wing, which is basically just proves my point why Coutinho should be playing on the left wing. You gave him complete freedom on the wing. Why are you playing on the wing? Play him in the middle. Like I said before, Griezmann and Coutinho cannot play together. That just debunks that whole quote right there. Talks about how he doesn't like screaming in the match, like your Peps and your Klopps. He doesn't really like doing that, but maybe he may start doing it now because the team isn't listening to him. He said that in La Liga is more difficult because the team know how we play, not like really in the Champions League, so that's why it's a big difficult in La Liga. But he says that we have to improve in that aspect. Continues by saying that Messi is very important to our attack. Many plays come from Leo's foot. Sometimes it's the easiest to culprit him for being the best in the world, but he does not make mistakes in defense. Pjanic's role here can be compared to one he had at Juventus. It's very difficult. He arrived late here, and he has had an influence, but I have no doubts of Pjanic's quality. It's a shame that he's playing for Juventus and not here. This happened before I arrived. Cristiano is among the top in the world. We have to defend well. Messi and Cristiano are different, and both of them are the best of this era. Hopefully we can enjoy both of them tomorrow. That's him basically confirming Messi is going to start, which we obviously knew. Talks about how Barcelona should have signed him, and I think if the time knew that we would have a center-back crisis for the next 3 years, he would have easily signed. He didn't sign because we didn't guarantee, Bartomeu didn't guarantee him play time, so. Talks about Pjanic's role, how he's such a quality player, because Pjanic came out with a quote saying that he's not really happy at Barcelona because he's not getting the proper game time that he deserves and needs. Koeman says he'll get his time, he came late, he has to, adapt a little bit more, then he'll start playing more. Talks about how Messi's so important and we can't blame him for the loss yesterday. I don't know what idiot fans are blaming Messi for the loss against Cadiz. Wasn't Messi's fault. He's not the one, defending at the back. He's making the moves in the forward position, and Koeman backs Messi's ability. Usually after the press conference, Koeman releases his matchday squad, and he has it today because we are at home. So when we're at home, he releases the matchday squad on the day of the match, which is very smart for him, not letting, Juventus or any other teams what his squad is. Very smart move. Valverde never did it. Kiki Setien did it, and now Koeman is doing it. So I'm going to be doing these lineup predictions, not knowing the squad list, so just keep that in mind. Maybe there might be a last-minute injury or something like that. But I don't think there is, so let's get into the lineup predictions. Time to predict Koeman's lineup. I'm going to try my best to predict this lineup. It's going to be a difficult lineup to predict, but I feel like I will get relatively close. He talks about, he wants to play a strong team, but also wants to put some freshness in there. This is the lineup I've gone with for Koeman. I've gone with Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba left back, Lenglet, Araujo in the 2 center back position, Dest at right back. Double pivot will be De Jong and Pjanic. In front of them will be Coutinho. On the right was Messi. On the left is Pedri. And up top is Antoine Griezmann. Now, I do think he's going to drop Mingueza for Araujo. There are been rumors about that. And I feel like Araujo is a better center back. And he's a first team center back. So I feel like he will get in there instead of Mingueza. Of course, in that double pivot position, there will be changes 100%. I don't know if he sticks with Busquets and De Jong, I may be coming out, to be honest. my mind cannot handle Busquets and De Jong playing again. So I feel like the easiest way out for him is dropping, Busquets for Pjanic. I don't think he'll drop De Jong because, Dutch connection, and De Jong is obviously, a quality player. We just don't know what he is. Don't see Alino or Ricky Puig starting this game, of course. And there's a little bit of a... I don't think he'll start Braithwaite, just on the simple fact that we don't have width. And I think he wants to start Coutinho, Messi, and Griezmann. And the only way to start Messi, Coutinho, Griezmann and have any hope of it working is by putting Griezmann in the number 9 position. I do not agree with it. I feel like Griezmann's best position is in the Coutinho's position. In order to fit it, I think he's going to go with this. And of course, Pedri going to occupy that left position. Not that many wingers in the squad, only Trincao and Konrad. And I highly doubt he's going to start both of them. So there will be, I don't think there will be any wingers starting this game, apart from Messi if you count him as a winger. This is the line I think Koeman's going to go with. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to say, oh, why are you dropping Mingueza? I know it's a bit harsh on Mingueza to drop him after making one mistake, but this is what I feel like Koeman's going to do. So this is my Koeman lineup. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Now I have time to show you my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach. And my lineup's on the screen right now. I'd go with Ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba, Lenglet, Araujo, Dest. In the double pivot, I'd go with Pjanic and Alina. In front of them, Griezmann. On the right, Messi. On the left, Pedri. And up front, Martin Braithwaite. Now, I was trying my best when I was thinking about what squad I'd go with to try and fit Alina and Ricky Puig. And I couldn't really do that. If I wanted to, I could have put Griezmann up top and put Ricky Puig in that camp position. But I don't think that would, I just don't want to see Griezmann as striker pretty much. So the back five is pretty much set in stone for me. I do think, I said this before, I said it again, Araujo is better than Mingueza. Mingueza had his time. I think he did really well, taking Araujo's spot. But now Araujo's back and we had to give him playing time. He has to get match fit. And you also have to keep in mind that he is a first-team player. He has a first-team contract, so he will be picked ahead of Mingueza for this match. Double pivot, I think this is probably a decent double pivot. You could say De Jong. Now you might be wondering why I haven't picked De Jong. I've dropped him because he has been shite. He has been crap recently. I think he needs time out of the team. That's why I've gone with Pjanic and Alina. If it was my strongest team, probably would have went with De Jong over Pjanic, but I think De Jong needs to be dropped. Of course, Messi on the right and Griezmann in the middle. I think Messi on the middle, if Messi was playing in the middle, he'd be super, super isolated. I think on the right, he can handle Cuadrado or Danilo, whoever play at right back. Griezmann in the middle. I've gone with Pedri on the left. I feel like Pedri is probably the best midfielder that we have that can play on the left wing, if you understand what I mean. Of course, Braithwaite up top to occupy the two center backs, and of course, a proper number 9. But, injuries have hit us hard. It would have been so nice to see Dembele instead of Pedri in this team as well. This is what we have to deal with. So I think this is the strongest side going into this game. I would like to have seen Ricky Puig, but like I said before, my analysis video for the Cadiz match, I don't think a double pivot of Alina and Ricky Puig can, work against a strong side like Juventus. You have to have at least one CDM. Love to see Ricky Puig or Alina make an appearance in this match. I only think one of them will, in maybe the last 10 minutes, as per usual. This is my lineup. Let me know your lines down in the comments below, and of course, let me know, would you prefer my lineup or Koeman's lineup? Score prediction time. Time to predict the score for this match. I already know what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Barcelona 1, Juventus 1. I think this has a draw written all over it. This Messi Ronaldo hype. And usually Barcelona, when they qualify and they have their last game at home, we always draw. If you look back in the 18-19 season, Tottenham at home, we only drew 1-1 when they needed the win, and we just, played our second-string team. I think this has a similar feel to it, big game, but Barcelona don't really care about it. I'll go with 1-1. I hope we win. I hope we don't lose, but I think a win would do us a world of good in terms of confidence. And we have to, start the momentum again. I know a lot of you guys are going to predict the win. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to this match. I am as well, but I'm just saying, being completely honest, I do think it will be a 1-1 draw. Let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. That's my match preview for Barcelona versus Juventus. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you please leave a like. Comments down below. I want to know your score prediction. I want to know your lineup. And would you prefer my lineup over Koeman's? And of course, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Come and join me. We're going to watch the game together. It'll be followed up by my match review later after the match. Probably an hour or so after the match. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. And Forza Barca. Go,